So over the course of the last 2 years, these are all the access points that me and a couple other people who did validation surveys for me. These are all the different access points that I was able to see from all the Ekahau files that I have. I mean, Mist definitely shows a lot there. That's because I have one customer that has a crap ton of Mist APs, so it's kind of skewed there. But Meraki is definitely I would say the largest set across different clients. And then you have Aruba there at the closest third, but they're in offices and warehouses. I will say that the Meraki networks that I've looked at definitely needed the most tuning. So that's where we'll see also some of the channel widths that we come across there. But it's interesting to see like the shift that I've seen where we have I used to have a lot of customers with Cisco that are now moving to Meraki, but then some transitioning to Mist as well. So that's kind of the trend that I see with the customers that I've been engaged with. One thing I was interested in was looking at the channel widths that a lot of these customers were using. The 40 megahertz channel width was the largest, but that's because it also was part of the Mist deployment, a lot of the big Mist customer. And then after that, we have a lot of 20 megahertz channel widths that I found was interesting because most of the Meraki clients that I dive into, they're always set to the auto dynamic bandwidth allocation. And so a lot of 80 megahertz shows up there with Mist as well, or with Meraki. And then we have quite a few that are just occupying on 80 megahertz. Those are the ones that I've usually come in, don't even have to step on site, just look at the configuration and say, hey, just change it to 20, and they've been good. And just for reference, I am from California, so I get a lot of customers that are in San Francisco. If you've been in San Francisco, lots of neighboring networks right next to each other, almost all on 80 megahertz wide channels. So there's a lot of challenges at least in the Bay Area, San Francisco, with Wi-Fi. Now, the other thing I was really interested in is what channels do most of these access points sit on? So 36 seems to be the most common one. I assume that most of the vendors just love to pick 36, like it's the first channel, RRM, right out of the box, we'll go 36. But I've also haven't seen them change off of 36, right? Then the next one is channel 149, which is in Uni 3, so it's either 36 or 149 that a lot of these access points land on. And in the United States, we have plenty of DFS channels to use. And so I find that there's a lot of customers who just don't use DFS. They don't turn it on. They don't know that it's there. And with the Meraki set, there's a big chunk of channels that they don't even use. They don't support it. They're not certified. I don't know what the real story is there, but it's not a set of channels that I can select within the Meraki, if you know the Meraki network. So from here, I can kind of go back to my own customers and say, hey, why don't you try using a lot of the DFS channels that are available, especially when most of your neighboring networks aren't using those channels. So that's kind of an easy way to try to optimize those networks. Then looking at the protocols, everyone is still on AC that I've dealt with. I got a few that are deploying AX, but still some that are hanging on to the old stuff. They don't either want to move, migrate, don't have the budget. Maybe they're waiting on Wi-Fi 7. I don't know. It's kind of everyone's just wanting to stay on the AC, and they look at AX, and when I talk to them, they just say, we don't have the budget to move. I don't quite know what the advantages are. But I did hear 7 is better than 6, so maybe I might wait for that. And so that's kind of where I see most of my US customers leaning towards right now. And so that was just kind of quick and dirty. Special thanks to the 3 people that helped me with some validation surveys. And I analyzed all of those Ekahau files with the help of Francois. He helped me with the script very last minute. Otherwise, I would have to open 61 ESX files, go in there, look at every channel, and manually update a table. So thank you, and hope it's useful, and maybe I can get more information in the future.